There are many things in the Quran as well as the Sunnah that have told us about the many nawahi, the prohibitions of resembling Ahlul Kitab in those things. And there are many. And the Nabi of Islam sallallahu alaihi wasallam went as far as to let us know that although that prohibition, they're there, we're still going to do it. Said in the authentic hadith sallallahu alaihi wasallam, لَتَتَّبِعُنَّ السُّنَنَ مِنْ كَانَ قَبْلَكُمْ شِبْرًا بِشِبْرٍ وَذَرَاعًا بِذَرَاعٍ. People are going to follow the people who went before you in everything that they did. And he gave some examples, many examples. And some of them are really horrendous, just giving an indication that we're going to follow them in everything. So they have ghulu and they went overboard in their anbiya, in their rasul, and their salihin. We did it. They started to ask too many unnecessary questions and they started to have differences upon themselves. We did it, everything. But one of the worst things that I came to warn you about here today, inshallah, is one of the things we've been warned about not resembling Ahlul Kitab is the fact that they used to use the religion and the fact that they were practicing the religion to dupe themselves into thinking they had a special position with Allah Azza wa Jalla. So no doubt one of the greatest ni'mas that Allah could bestow upon a person is to make him a person and give him the tawfiq to practice the religion. So the one who's praying 5 times a day, he comes to Jummah. He's a practicing Muslim. His family is practicing, they're wearing his hijab, his women folk and so forth and so on. He fasts the month of Ramadan. Anybody who's doing that, there's going to be a sense of accomplishment. And that's from the deen, and that's healthy. You're doing something, inshallah, that Allah loves. So we love what Allah loves. So a person believes he's doing the right thing, worshiping Allah, that's a good thing. But while doing that, at the same time, there has to be a level of skepticism that the person has about himself. He's practicing the religion, but he doesn't know, is Allah going to accept from him his efforts? Did he do them right? Did he do something that would cancel it out? Did he do it the wrong way? So although he's happy that he accomplished and Allah gave him the tawfiq to practice the religion, at the same time he's going to have a great level of humility. He's not going to look at the people who he sees around him from the Muslims and look at them with the ayah, but izdira. You're looking down at people, you look up at yourself, you see someone doing something that he shouldn't be doing or not doing something that they should be doing, and instead of him just feeling, alhamdulillah, it didn't happen to me, he feels I'm better than people. It can be his relatives who are around him, his neighbors who are around him, coming to the masjid and sitting with people. He's doing something the next man is not doing, so he looks at himself like that. That's from what Bani Israel used to do. They used to use the religion, Ahlul Kitab. And Allah told us, don't be like that. And it's a theme that's been reoccurring in the Quran. أَلَمْ تَرَ إِلَى الَّذِينَ يُزَكُّونَ أَنفُسَهُمْ بَلِ اللَّهُ يُزَكِّي مَن يَشَاءُ وَلَا يُظْلَمُونَ فَتِيلًا. Many ayat bringing our attention to this because it's easy for someone to fall into. Have you not seen those people from Ahlul Kitab who praise themselves and they have an ijab with themselves? They have ghurur. Allah says, Allah knows the best who has taqwa. Allah knows. And the people won't be oppressed one bit. Whatever the reality of your religious nature is, Allah knows it and you won't be oppressed one bit. So don't walk around and don't exist as if you are Allah's gift to creation. Wallahi, a person comes to give the khutbah and he wants to deliver the khutbah and he gets no reward for what he did because he did something before, or he should be doing something, so his khutbah is not accepted at all. So how can he walk around and exist as if I'm better than anybody else? This is what the Yahud and the Nasara used to do throughout the Quran. وَقَالَتِ الْيَهُودُ وَالنَّصَارَى نَحْنُ أَبْنَاءُ اللَّهِ وَأَحِبَّاؤُهُ وفي آية أخرى وقالوا لن تمسنا النار إلا أيام معدودة. The Jews, the Christians, from their outrageous statements is that they claim that they are the sons and the beloved of Allah. The Yahud say that. They are the Sha'bullah al-Mukhtar. They can do whatever they want to do. And Allah is going to forgive them. because Allah loves them. They use the religion like that. The Christians the same way. You look at all of these Christian places, and this is not about politics, but look at all of the dhulm and the fasad in the world today. Look at it. The person is committing that, and he's the leader of the nation, and he doesn't feel there's any responsibility. And that's because many of them believe, I'm a Christian. Allah loves me. We're the sons of Allah. Prophet Muhammad warned us, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, of doing the same thing. As you sit there, it's easy to identify and recognize that that's what the Yahud and the Nasara, that's what they do. But sometimes a person doesn't have the ability to see that same issue within himself. Because he has relatives, again, the girls don't wear hijab. He has relatives who don't pray. He has people who he knows. Instead of feeling shafaqah and ra'fa and rahma and feeling bad, and I got some responsibility to help him, the person puts his nose up because someone appears not to be practicing as much as him. This is a prohibition in the religion of Islam. فَلَا تُزَكُّوا أَنفُسَكُمْ هُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَنِ اتَّقَى. Don't praise yourselves. Allah knows best who has the most taqwa. Because he's the imam, he's the best Muslim here. Because he memorized the Quran, he's the best Muslim. Because the individual's in Arab, he's the best Muslim here. Where did that kalam farid come from? Where did that come from? Because the individual is born and raised in Islam and he embraced Islam. He's a better Muslim and he walks around like that. That's kalam farid. That's not the case. It's not permissible in the deen of Allah. The Prophet mentioned to us, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ثَلَاثَةٌ مِنَ الْمُهْلِكَاتِ. 3 things will destroy you. Destroy you. He mentioned from those things, إِعْجَابُ الْمَرْءِ بِنَفْسِهِ. The person being impressed with himself. He's really impressed, not just in the religion and everything. Again, he's walking around and she exists as if the individual is Allah's gift to mankind. And so for the religious people, it becomes worse. And all of the jama'at of al-Islam al-Muharrama, all of them have people who are with them who look down at other people. Especially they look down at other people not from the jama'at, but also from the people in that jama'at. It's not our religion. So the Prophet gave everybody here, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a dars. And it's a hadith that's ma'ruf, it's mashhur. And I don't think there's a single person who this hadith has missed him. But it's worth your consideration because it's in this bag. And it's worthy of your self-reflection and my self-reflection. He came out before the people and he taught them in the way of asking a question. Not just to give a question and to go over their head, for them to ponder over their answer. So the question is to you, by default. He said to them, رضي الله عنهم وصلى الله عليه وسلم أتدرون من المفلس؟ قالوا يا رسول الله المفلس فينا الذي لا مال له ولا متاع. Do you people know who is the bankrupt person? In America, if you are a businessman and you lose your money, you can file something known as Chapter 11. It's an oppressive game that rich people play. Capitalism. You lose people's money. You stole their money and you lost it in business. In order to back your creditors up and get them off of you, you file for Chapter 11. That's bankruptcy. They can't get your money. So if you ask a person in America, you know what bankruptcy person is? He's thinking about Chapter 11. It's not bankruptcy in Islam. Prophet Muhammad said, you want to know who the bankrupt person is? Who is he? They say, Ya Rasulullah, he's the person from amongst us who doesn't have any money, he has no cash, he has no money, and he doesn't have any property. If something happened and he had to get up money, he had to get up collateral, he's going to have a difficult time. That's the muflis. And that is true in most people's society. But that's not what he was asking for. He said, the bankrupt person from my ummah is the person who will come Yawm al-Qiyamah and he'll have salat that he'll pray. You have that. And he'll have sadaqah. And he'll have fasting. He did all those deeds. But while having them, he cursed this one. He accused this one of something he didn't do. He devoured his money unjustly. He shed his blood. This one over here, he hit him. He hit his wife. He hit someone in the street. أَكَلَ مَالَهُ. He took his money unjustly. And that's a lot of people. So that means that no one has the right to walk around here as if he doesn't have any issues. The Prophet says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to that man, "Anta wa maluka li abik." You and your money belong to your father. The man, the father, stole from the son. The son found out, he complained, "Ya Rasulullah, my father took money from me." Rasulullah said, "Anta wa maluka li abik." You and your father, you and your money belong to your father. If it wasn't for Allah and then your father, you wouldn't be here. Part of that hadith goes to show, akala malahu, he ate this one's money. He's not taking care of his relatives. It's his money that he's working for right here, but he forgot about his mother, his father. He'll come Yawmul Qiyamah with Jummah, fasting, this, that, but he devoured people's money. Maybe he didn't steal the money outright, but he didn't take care of the money. That money that you have belongs to your father. It belongs to your mother. You're an oppressor if you don't do the responsibility of helping them out. May Allah Azza wa Jalla establish us firmly upon the Kitab and the Sunnah, and not make us of those people who are the Muflisin Yawm al-Qiyamah. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi amma ba'd. I think everybody here knows the virtues and the position of Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu. We've mentioned in every single khutbah that we gave here that the blueprint for success for this ummah, for al-Islam, is for us to replicate and to duplicate what the salaf of this ummah were upon, especially those companions, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, and the rest of them, may Allah be pleased with them. They are the examples for us. I think everybody here again knows the position of Umar in al-Islam. The only human beings who are better than him are the prophets and the messengers, salawatullahi wassalamu alayhim, Rasulullah from them, and Abu Bakr. Everybody else, Umar is better than them. You know his position in the deen, and yet, as the Prophet told him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he told the people, "O kana nabiyyan ba'di, la kana Umar." If there were to be a Nabi to come after me, it would be Umar. But there's no Nabi after him. But if there was, it would have been that man. Lo salaka Umar fajjan, la salaka shaytanu fajjan ghayra fajj. He's a tremendous person. And yet after the death of the Prophet of Islam, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had told the names of the munafiqeen to one companion. His name is Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman, may Allah be pleased. Told him all of the names of the munafiqeen of the community. And Umar asked that man, did the Prophet mention me? Did he say that I was one of the munafiqeen? With all of his virtues, and he's worried about that. So the point here is, if Umar radiallahu anhu is afraid of something like that, then it's in everyone's best interest to also be a person who evaluates yourself in the reality of your Islam. The things that you do, we hope that Allah accepts them, but you never know. There has to be a level of skepticism in the equation. And by Allah's tawfiq, inshallah, will be of those who are successful. May Allah accept it from us, make us of those who are truthful and word indeed. May He establish our feet upon it, tawheed, and make us of those people as well who are on the rushd of what the companions were upon, ridwanullahi alayhim. Aqim as-salat, yarhamakumullah.